Hello everyone. Today is the 2nd of May, and to be fair, I'm very happy with how these things are progressing. So, in terms of books that I said I'm going to try to do a book review per day or something like that. Some days I can't because I have people at home and that's not convenient to do it. So today is the second, but yesterday I did finish two books. One I was already reading before, so I mean, half of it was read on the 1st of May, the other half was done on the previous day, so take it as you will. So the first book I read, I'm not going to delve much on it, it's Light in the Darkness by Laird Barron, and this book is not for me. That simple as that. I think the premise is pretty good. I think the ending was probably one of the most interesting curveballs I've seen in the genre. But the weirdness in itself, it's good. But the problem to me is how Laird writes and how he depicts everything and stuff that I don't really care. I mean, half the pages are just fluff information about things that I'm not that interested, to be honest. So I, I didn't enjoy this book as much as I hoped I would enjoy. And the second book, and this is the review I read, was Age of Rot by Strange Houses. This is of course a pseudonym. Nobody is called Strange Houses by the name of, I'm going to butcher the name, it's a Finnish name, Jonas Rinnanen. I'm sorry. You must believe me. This is one of the books that Hollow Press publish. They publish a lot of books regarding stuff that doesn't exist, or games that doesn't exist, or there is I already talked about Vermis, for example. There is one by a YouTuber, I believe it's Super Eye Patch Wolf, about the bizarre world of games that don't exist, for example, and this is Age of Rot. If I had to say, it's a game that doesn't exist. So this book is mostly paintings, of course, and you've got things like this with a brief introduction on the world, and then we get to choose a character for ourselves. So you've got like the Candle Knight, which has like a candle on top of his head. He has like the types of dexterity, intelligence, sanity, and so on. You've got some weirdos like deranged witch. One quite normal northern berserker, a barbarian, not berserker, and basically he's like a barbarian, but it's past his prime, so you know it's kind of weird. Then we start our adventure. As you can see, everything is on top, the sanity and life. Then he has some introduction about the place we are going to visit or something like that. Okay, and every page of this book is like this adventure, this side quest that you are going through. Like they are going to fight like a monster here. Putrid figure emerge from the mouth. You have like a mini boss, ogre lord. You can enter the chapel. You can fight Dridric, Memory, the God of Rock, and then from time to time we arrive at some places where they give you do you want to flee the battle or do you want to continue, and so on. So everything is painting like this, and then we arrive at sometimes at places where we can trade stuff. For example, this one, Okay, so he has like all of this stuff, and you want to trade or something, or to add something, blind merchant. You've got corrupted cultists, you've got jesters, and everything is monsters, and they are beautiful drawings. I mean, the vast majority of this book is these drawings, but they are really, really amazing. The reading, not reading, reading this book remind me of that game, which I can't remember the name, where it's always dark and your characters can, either die or become insane. Um, if I remember, I will tell you. But it's a beautiful game that it's very dark, very grim. Every step you take, it's another step to doom, and this book remind me that weirdness and how well how things progress. I was trying to find the name of the book, but the the one, but I unfortunately I can't remember. But again, I have the game, so I will find it. Let me just Darkest Dungeon. That's it. Sorry for the take. It's similar vein. I wouldn't be surprised that this book was inspired by that one. So you've got this monster here, and our character is losing life and losing mana, and as it arrives to one of the last well last fights, I mean, um, our character is almost death, you know. Painting was progressing. This is the Draw King, and then we've got these sisters. The sisters, they are two women, which is this drawing here, and then in the end you are confronted with the well, Valia, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. And then something happens in the end that makes you, okay, that was weird. More weird, to be honest. This is a book for anyone to buy. It's very beautiful. If you like the grim dark stuff, you like drawings, and this kind of drawings, not computer generated drawings, you will enjoy this. If you like Vermis, the other that I already spoke here in the channel, if you like Darkest Dungeon or again grim dark stuff, you will enjoy this as well. It's a bit weird, and it reads pretty fast, to be honest. So that's the second book I read, and now for the third one, because I liked. So today again is the 2nd of March, sorry, 2nd of May, and I woke up at around 7 something in the morning, and I read continuously and finished this novel here. It's a small novel, it's a novella, to be fair. It's Equilibrium by Peter Cawdron. This book has 75 pages, so you can read in one go, and it's about a future place, if you want to call it that, a future future, well, in the future, where humanity has colonized all of I mean our solar system. You've got bases on the moons of Saturn and Jupiter and so on. So it's pretty common for people to travel between the systems, although it's still hard, and they pretty much say that fuel is still the main problem to I mean for us not to travel even further. So humanity has stopped, and they are basically moons of the various planets. there is a brief hint that one of these characters has lived in Ganymede. I believe it's a moon in Jupiter. Is it? I don't remember. I know because I read the book by Braden Keener recently. It's there, and people live there, like 500,000 people. So humanity has conquered our solar system, but there are pirates there out there, and so this book starts with this resupply run, and we are introduced to a couple of characters, and then the pirates attacked, and well, something happens, and the ship is destroyed, and basically only the cockpit with seven people survived, and they had all of this book basically is bad part. So they have to know to survive, how to survive. They can they try to send help for Titan and so on, but the pirates are listening and so on. So and in the beginning, in this beginning of this this catastrophe that happens, and the ship was fragmented and the cockpit was separated. They have to one of them, or we know one person dies, and they start pointing fingers and so on. So it becomes a space mystery novel, and every page is riddled with the urgency, the thriller aspect. It's Peter is an author. I read, I believe, 4 books of him, and all of his books have been either 4 or 5 stars. I don't understand why this kind of author is not is still self-published. Maybe it's a choice. I mean, he sells a lot, so it probably doesn't need to be constrained by the traditional publishing to ask you to do X and Y. And he's not shy of putting LGBTQ stuff there, and it's normal, you know. He has one book that's like that. It's a transsexual something, but he has 3 books without no gay characters. But that's okay, you know. It's not something a trend. Okay, I want to write this. You write this, but if you write it right, it can be good and fun and interesting, and people won't roll their eyes. The problem is the throwing at you and not feeling the things. I'm writing about this character, but I don't feel it, and as a person who is reading, I don't feel this character, because I know this is just through there because it must have that kind of characters. Here, it's a person without legs, and he writes about her, but never in a. It's beautiful written, this character as well. All of them are, to be honest. I was interested and invested in all of them. Most of them, and it's good, you know, when a writer can do that. So yeah, that's it. I enjoyed this one. I would say that this one will receive, because I was a bit I didn't understand the ending, okay, but I would say that this book deserves 87 out of 100. So very good. Now, what I'm reading in the next few books that you're going to see, it's going to be this book here. Doesn't say much because I removed the cover just to I don't ruin it. It's Amityville or okay, it's Amityville or, which is the only book published, I believe the only one published by Jay Anson, and depicts the real events on Jay in Amityville when the family was killed there, and then another family went to live there. I'm also reading and finishing, I will finish this today, A Murder of the Orient on the Orient Express. And this one, I'm taking my time because I'm enjoying so much. It is a rereading for me. and I'm 30 pages to the end, and I could read this book in one go, but I'm purposely delaying this. I'm reading a couple of chapters every day because I'm enjoying so much of this book. Agatha Christie is a master on depicting these adventures. Also, I'm also reading a manga volume, which it's normal, and Vampire Masquerade, the setite, and I will probably this week. This one will take more time because it's a more slow paced book, and I like to have some speed in between. And I have some here. I have put here all of my books I'm going to read this month. Some are more. I know they are more, or at least they seem more slow paced, and some more uh, thriller like in fast paced. So that's going to do switch up, so I keep up with one book per day. Let's see, so far 3 books 2 days. I'm happy for it, and hope to see you pretty soon.